Welcome back, car people. Hope you're all doing well out there in YouTube world. It's been about a month since I posted my last video of my December update, and I fully intended to do an end of year, but with family commitments, etc., I didn't get round to it. But I closed out the month with 3 nice sales: my blue BMW 330M Sport, Toyota CHR, very similar to the one in the background there, which I sourced for a client, and the facelift Aston Martin DB9, which I sold just before New Year. So that was a nice sale. This year has started off very well, apart from what I'm about to show you in a minute. 3 sales on the board so far, and this morning I've just taken a deposit on the red Mini behind me. Why I say, the year didn't start very well, let me show you. I'm going to try and put in, my editing skills aren't brilliant, but I'm going to try and put in a little bit of video and a couple of photos of the damage that we sustained in the recent storms. Early January, my wife and I went off on a little 2-week holiday, and 3 days into the holiday, my daughter phoned. There was a disaster here. We had 2 big trees came down. One of them in this gap here, which you'll see the big empty gap. It smashed the corner of the garage and up on top of the roof. Oh, that's the wrong way, isn't it? That's not very good. And also up on top of the roof of the house there. So we've had scaffolders here erecting scaffolding to effect the repairs. My daughter's car was here on the driveway. The tree that was there fell straight on the roof, crushed that, and that's unfortunately been written off. A couple of other cars that were parked here also sustained some damage. That was a shame, but luckily no one was hurt. And then the storm this week luckily didn't cause any further damage. The driveway was quite a mess, but nothing to complain about when I see the damage that's happened all over the country to other poor people. So I think we got away quite luckily with that. Today I'm off to, so I've got no cars up here as you can see. Today I'm off to Chichester to buy a car which I have organised, and we're going to get in the car and get on the way. And I'm going to tell you a funny story about my Tesla experience. So we'll go get in the car, get en route, and tell you all about that. Right, so we're on our way to Chichester now to go and buy this Aston Martin DB9. For those of you up north or overseas watching this video and don't know where Chichester is, it's down on the south coast of England, and it's famous for its boating and marinas, and hence why I'm wearing my Relic Yachtmaster 2. Just fits with the theme of the story and the video. Back in August 22, which seems such a long time ago now, a trader friend of mine popped round. He'd bought 3 Teslas and he was interested in trading one of them to me. I wasn't actually that fussed about it. I wasn't keen on Teslas actually, until I went in the car, that is. This particular vehicle was the P90D Ludicrous, the 670 horsepower, astonishingly quick luxury saloon. He sold me on the fact that it was the P90 which had been discontinued. The P100 was out, but you couldn't buy them because there was a shortage of chips, and he said this car would sell at a lovely profit and pretty easily. Well, I paid 47 grand for the car and advertised it at 55, which I thought was a real touch. And in fact, I had a few bits of interest in it initially, but everyone was wanting the car to come with free supercharging, which it didn't. There was another issue with the car, well, not the car itself, but the paperwork. The car had been registered by Tesla as a regular P90, but it was the P90D Ludicrous. But what that means is that whenever you put the registration number into any of the car valuation websites, it would come back as a lesser spec car, and consequently a lower value car. What that meant was that I couldn't sell the car straight away anyway, so I decided to use it whilst my friend agreed to sort out the paperwork. I was excited and drove it around for a few days using the ludicrous mode. Really great laugh, but then of course it soon needed charging. I took it to my local BP garage, waited 15 minutes to get onto a charger, got out of the car, couldn't plug it in, it had the wrong connection. Determined not to be beaten, I went to the local Miller and Carter. They had a charger there, which I managed to get on. Sat on their terrace for an hour whilst I waited for it to charge. Came back to the car, £6 later, thought that's ever so cheap. Only to find that it only put 10% charge onto the car, and by the time I then drove it home I lost 3% of that. So that was never going to work. I then sourced where we would go and be able to use the Tesla supercharger. The closest to me was Fleet Services, some 10 or 12 miles drive, and I soon became acquainted with the Fleet service station and their charging points there. That was never going to work for me. I was driving out of my way and it was costing best part of 50 quid to charge it up, so I had to find another solution. Indeed, I found out that I could charge it at home off a 3-pin socket. So that worked for a while, but it took about an hour and a half, not an hour and a half, a day and a half to actually charge the thing from empty to full. Driving it around locally really worked. Going into London was fantastic because that was free compared to using any other car that I had, which was costing hoolas and congestion charge something like £26. So to go in for free was an absolute bonus. But I had to use it on longer trips occasionally, and the time that I did a video with the car with my friend Paul Thorpe, whom many of my viewers watch his channel. We then went down to Amberley Castle in Sussex to do a video of him having an afternoon tea and driving the car, which was really funny. But the battery range, of course, got used up heavily when we were doing the ludicrous mode, and I had to go to a charging station 20 miles out of my way to get a charge to get home. So that's what people refer to as range anxiety. I got into this Tesla garage 15 minutes before they were closing. Didn't have the right adapter. Luckily I was able to borrow one, but I only got 20 minutes of charge before they closed, and it was only just sufficient to get me home on tenterhooks. So my experience of Tesla cars, using them at least for any kind of distance, wasn't great. What's more, DVLA didn't supply me with the correct V5. Try as my friend might, and I don't know how hard he tried because I phoned him umpteen times, he never replied to me. I was unable to get the car classified correctly, and the value of the car was absolutely hemorrhaging. Elon Musk had reduced the price of all new cars. Electricity had gone up 2 or 3 times. It just wasn't working for me, so I ended up trading the car at a huge loss, £18,000, and this Yachtmaster watch, which I calculated to be together at about 31,000, so a 16 grand loss. So not all deals are successful. I took it on the chin. I'm now off to Chichester to buy a DB9, which I much prefer. We'll see you there. So here I am in a windy Chichester on this lovely new build estate just outside of Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit, and this is the car. Now they say never buy a car on a wet day, so I'm going against my own advice, but I've seen videos and photographs of this online, and the owner is the most fastidious man. The car has been kept beautifully, correct tyres, no marks on the wheels, no corrosion that I can see, but I'll need to be able to get it back home and check it over. But the usual suspected points on the wing mirror arms there, around the door handles, around the chrome trim. This car looks to be absolutely perfect. It's got the clear rear lens upgrade. These are £800 each or more. It's got the most fabulous service history. He serviced it meticulously at Aston Martin Chichester and had some upgrades done at Vantage Engineering, which are an Aston Martin specialist. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. So I'm going to get back into his kitchen, complete the paperwork, and then get it home. What a miserable old day. We pulled up in the village of Goodwood, brought my wife for lunch. Pretty little setting here. She's parking over the road there. Nice little stream. I'm gonna get a little bit of food inside me, hopefully some soup or something, warm up, and then we're gonna head back home. So we're back at Stream Cars HQ now, and with the weather being what it is, I'm gonna conclude the video here, but just give you one last look around it. The car drives perfectly. Obviously I need to have it checked underneath and give it a good valet now, but I can tell you whoever buys this is buying an amazing car. The guy has kept a service history to behold. He even went to the lengths of listing all the previous owners and the services that they did on the car as well. There's piles and piles of paperwork and invoices. The original umbrella is in the boot. There are 3 keys, 2 fobs. It is shod with Michelin tyres, sports pack suspension, Vantage Engineering suspension has been fitted to the car as well. I'm going to do another video on it separately when it is ready for sale, but if anyone is interested before that, please contact me. As always, the usual things. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and if I get enough lovely comments and likes, I shall invest in a microphone, because I watched some of the video back and it was very windy. So yeah, I'm going to do that for you to make my next videos a little bit easier on the ear. So until then, thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you all. Take care. Bye.